look into my eyes, because you've probably watched the most popular hypnosis session I have here on my YouTube channel, and you've probably wondered, is there a way for me to get the benefits of repeated listenings without having to spend all that time? Welcome to today's microdose hypnosis session. Hey guys, Brian Mahoney here. I help successful guys resolve psychological ED so you can relax, get hard, and enjoy sex again. Today, I want to give you something that's both effective and fast. Most of my hypnosis sessions here are pretty long. If you think of those as being like a full trip to the doctor, this one is more like a daily vitamin you can pop, just to reinforce and expand on the ideas from my other videos in a lot less time. Science shows this kind of approach can work. Clinical research, including work from Dr. David Spiegel at Stanford, shows that short, targeted hypnosis sessions can change activity and connectivity in the brain's executive control networks and reduce stress and pain in some cases, with effects similar to medication but without the side effects. The goal here is heavy learning, the idea that neurons that fire together wire together. By repeatedly firing the neural pathways for relaxation and sexual drive at the same time, we train your system to make that state a reflex. The short length of this video is on purpose, so it's easy to use often. If you're brand new to the channel, that's fine, but you'll get maximum benefit if you've already listened to my first longer hypnosis session that I'll link to here and at the end of this video. The beach and numbers one most guys start with. It has the most views in the channel. If you've heard it, you're already ahead of the game. You can go right into this. Your mind already will recognize these shortcuts and drop into that unfettered state more quickly. We're not adding a bunch of new content here. We're just reinforcing connections and states you've already started. So, as always, before you listen, park the car, put down the chainsaw, shut down the bulldozer, get somewhere safe where you can relax, no distractions, get comfortable, and after this 10-second countdown, we'll begin. All right, let's get comfortable. Take a long, deep breath in, and as you release the breath, please close your eyes. With your eyelids closed, just raise your eyes up to the top of your head. Feel that eye strain, and then forget about your eyes. Forget about your breath. And in your mind, you can return to the beach you like to take this trip on. Moving from the warm tideland sand, pushing up between your toes closer to the water. Sand becoming cold and damp under your feet. Reaching down in your mind's eye and drawing that number 5 in the sand. 5 pleasant sensations in your feet. Relaxations, ankles, calves. Wave washes away the number 5. 4. Drawing the number in the sand and relaxation through the back of your knees, up into your thighs. Every muscle, every nerve, every fiber. Wave washes away the 4. 3. Relaxation moving up through the groin, up into the abdominal muscles, the small of the back. 2. Relaxation through the shoulders, trapezius, radiating down the arms, up into the neck and throat muscles, back of the head. All the tiny little muscles of the scalp relax. 1. Washed away by a wave. Numbers gone. Nothing to do. Beach blanket or towel stretching out with that part of your mind.
that's completely unfettered, completely open to constructive alternatives in learning. Because learning is natural, just like unlearning, which is just another way of saying forgetting, the way you can remember to forget what really wasn't that important in the first place. Maybe wondering, what have you kind of forgotten about your body, about natural sex, that might feel really good to remember now? Because your body knows just exactly what that feels like. I mean, it's just evolution, right? Which is really just another way of saying that it's easier to just forget to think the old thoughts and just let nature take its course than it is to remember with your body what the sexual power you have when you were younger would feel like to have now. Either way, it's pretty natural to let yourself step out of the way of all the momentum of that train now that it's on the track, right? Because you're unconscious. That deep creative part of your mind that sees the big picture knows that the really important question that I haven't asked yet is the one that deep down in your unconscious you know the answer to. The question about you. An answer that might just kind of surface in a new way that has you begin seeing this whole thing from a different angle that just feels kind of a relief to let go. Couldn't it? Yeah. I think it's nice to know that you can hold on to the idea of letting go of that question and feel good knowing that no matter what you think you are, you are always and always more than that. Right? Because all we're really talking about here is nature, a natural flow of energy in a system. And of course, nature knows how to take its course, whether it's a horse or that big, beefy football player sitting there on the bench ready to go, just that powerhouse, naturally like a big cat in the jungle that's just about to pounce. Or a tiny bud in the spring that's just breaking the surface of the dirt. It's all natural. You plant your seeds naturally, and nature takes care of the sunshine and the water. They just grow, as it might say. Focus on what's happening on the outside, what you're feeling, hearing, touching, tasting, what you're smelling, because it's more interesting on the outside. It's more fun on the outside. So you may find yourself wondering, if I could be in any way different from how I've been, if I wasn't paying attention to any of that old stuff at all anymore, because it's just no longer an issue, what kinds of things would I find myself beginning to be paying attention to now more and more? What would it feel like in my body to pay more attention to those things? In bed? What have you not been curious about in bed that it might feel really good to start getting curious about now? What have you not been feeling in bed that might feel really good to begin to feel now? And the voice floating says it so many times that it's almost like staining a board and soaking into the bare wood. It just soaks in. It just soaks in, filling up that hardwood board. And as the sound of the voice fades in your natural sex mind, these truths can take root outside of your conscious awareness as your unconscious takes every good, positive, healthy idea I've mentioned and allows the energy of those ideas to continue to generalize in your system, mentally, emotionally, physically, and especially as you sleep. The unconscious is usually really good about generalizing positive learnings and energy throughout the mind-body systems in ways that just make it feel really easy to just kind of glide with this new energy and these unconscious insights in a way that's okay with you, with that deep heart gut level to let yourself continue to grow this way. So taking whatever time you like to reorient yourself in the here and now, or drifting off into a deep, restful sleep. Opening your eyes or letting them stay closed as you fall deeper and deeper asleep.
Welcome back. And the next time you're heading into a sexual situation, or even just taking a few minutes in the middle of your day, you can run through this same sequence and notice how much easier it is to drop back into that natural flow as your system wires for more and more of this type of energy to move you forward, ideally in a way that makes it a nice, easy, comfortable, energetic glide out of the problem. Again, I'd suggest using this like a daily vitamin, short, simple, repeated often, so that calm, sexually confident state becomes less of a performance, more of a reflex. Oh, and if you're thinking you'd like to resolve your issue now, your best bet is probably going to be to work with me directly one-on-one. If you want to talk about it, there's a link in the description down below where you can book a time for us to talk. Just tell me a little bit about what's been going on, and if it looks like a good fit, we can set up a time to speak. And if you want a refresher on the original hypnosis session that this session is based on, just go here. Thanks for watching.